Harris out of Drake University. Saw his team in this NCAA tournament this year. Bounced in the first round in an upset. Nonetheless, a good season for Drake. Pushing it up over half court. Nice save there by Blackburn. Loose ball. Harris goes for it, saves it. Nice hustle play there, but now it's Blackburn on the defensive end. Each team responding with hustle plays. Ball poked away from Miller, last touched by a Jazz player. 17 on the shot clock. Explosion lead 8-3, 8:34 first quarter of play. Blackburn gonna get the inbound pass, try a three. Rattles it in, out, and back in. Sweet shooter's touch there by Blackburn. First two field goals for Blackburn coming the way of three-pointers. He's now 2 of 2 from behind the arc. Fadeaway jumper there by Harris. Loose ball. Poked off and out of bounds by an Explosion player. Once again, Tacoma settling for that outside jump shot. Gonna have to retrieve the basketball. It left the building. Teams do have a brief series history last year. Explosion went 4-0 against the Jazz. First game, Explosion won 128-119. Rashard Powell still overseas. We expect him back later in an Explosion uniform in the season, but he had 45 points, a franchise record versus the Jazz in that game. And then game 2 also down in Tacoma. Explosion came away victorious 140-111. Game 3, Explosion won 136-115. Miller had 18 points on 15 of 18 from the free throw line in that one. And then late in last season, they met up one last final time. As Blackburn gives it up to Miller, comes away with the steal. Miller finishes in transition with the lay-in. Explosion lead by 10, 13-3, just over 8 minutes to go. Looks like that was Weinstein going up with a shot, trying the fadeaway jumper, but fouled in action. Finish that thought once again, though. Explosion won that last game last year, 117-113, also down in Tacoma. So it took 3 in Tacoma and 1 on the Explosion's own home court. Second foul against Justin James. Weinsberry connects on the first free throw attempts. Weinsberry, excuse me. Weinsberry is 6'10", 295-pound center. Good size for a center in the IBL. Speaking of good size, that's David White comes down with the rebound. So Weinsberry goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Pushing it up now quickly. Jamal Miller trying to dribble out of traffic. Does so successfully as he hands off to Blackburn. Long three-point attempt by Keller. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 16-4 run to begin this game. Explosion coming out looking to prove a purpose to end this 2-game losing streak. Ball poked away out of bounds off the Explosion. 11 on the shot clock for the Jazz. Hot from behind the arc early are the Explosion. Jazz try to respond. Jones misses though. Tacoma having a tough time getting anything to go down here in the first quarter of play as the Explosion leads 16-4. 7 and change remaining in this one. First quarter of play, Blackburn kicks it out. James thinks about a three. Hesitation move to the lane. Little contact there under the rim. Looks like didn't hear a whistle on that one, but they're going to whistle James for the charge. I think that might be 3 on James. And looks like Red One's going to have to get him out of this game. Not going to be able to do so, I don't think, this time, though. Again, a unique rule of the IBL is your player has to be set and ready to check in upon the stoppage of clock or stoppage of play. Just one of the many rules that we try to speed up the game here in the IBL. Again, 22-second shot clock as well. Got to get it across half court in 8 seconds, trying to push the tempo. Something the Explosion have done successfully here in the first quarter. They lead by 12 over the Jazz of Tacoma. Coming off the screen, that's Bailey. Bailey connects from 3. Ending another little dry spell there for the Jazz. Top of the key, James trying to take his man off dribble, gonna leave it. Open look at a 3 for Keller. Keller tickles the twine. He's 2 of 2 from behind the arc. 2 of 3, check that. 6 points nonetheless. Out on the wing, Bailey has it now. Crossover dribble, creates a little space. Good job in doing so right there. Still misses the 3 short, and it's the Explosion pushing once again in a fast break. Blackburn tries a jumper. Another offensive rebound by the Explosion. Up fake there by White. Nice little touch there. White with the running hook. His first 2 points on the night. I'll tell you, for a man his size, great touch on the offensive end. Coming off the pick, that's Harris. Harris misses another jumper. Loose ball rebound. White hits the deck. Winesbury comes up with it though, hands it off. Rollins has it now. Rollins tries a 3. In and out, misses. Foul away from the ball though. Gonna go against Justin James.
Foul call underneath on the rebound on the Explosion, number 11, Justin James, his 3rd, team's 4th.
That's Justin James' 3rd foul, excuse me.
Jazz,
check that. Either way, 3 fouls in the first quarter. Might not see Justin for a while. Into the game for the first time tonight, Donald Watts. Donald Watts not getting the go in the starting lineup tonight. Said in the pregame we thought that he would return, missed last night's game. He's going to come in and see a lot of bench minutes tonight, I'm assuming, though. And that's number 23, Jameel Sheriff. Into the game, gets a 3-pointer to go. Miller has it now, trying to find Keller. Got the hot hand in the early going. Ball tipped away. Jazz come up with it. Turnover by the Explosion. Dribbling behind his back, Rollins. Rollins passes it off, saves it from going out of bounds as Harris enters it into the lane, number 33. That's Adediran getting it, putting it up and in. Explosion still lead this one, 21-12. 4:52 to go in the first quarter of play. Explosion getting off to a nice start in this one, much as we anticipated, talking with Coach Randy Redwine earlier tonight. However, we do have a timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. Teams getting set to come out of the timeouts. Explosion lead this one, 21-12. Just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Explosion coming out with a sense of urgency in this one. Opened the game on a 16-4 run. Tacoma made a little bit of a push right here. They still trail by 9. On the floor for the Explosion, Jamal Millard, it's White, Donald Watts, Blackburn, as well as Chris Keller going with the starting lineup with the exception. James not in and Watts in. James, excuse me, that's Watts on the wing. Trying to communicate with White right there, trying to tell him he was open. White didn't see or hear him, went up with it. Either way, draws contact in the act of shooting, so he's going to get a couple of free throw attempts. First one's good. For a big man, once again, talked about his touch earlier, but White, heck of a free throw shooter, over 80% this season. Jamie Booker now into the game wearing the double deuce. To the bench goes Chris Keller. Jamie Booker out of the University of Washington in his first action of the season, been on the IR all year. Gonna be a nice person to have in the lineup though. Explosion try to come back from this 2-game losing streak. Tacoma responds with the bucket. Justin Holt right there, native of Tacoma, Washington. He hits the floor, he's guarding now. Blackburn, cross-court pass. Jamal Miller passes it off to Booker and gets it back. Winging it around the top of the key, Watts with it now. Bounce pass over to Miller, off-balance 3-point attempt. Tough shot right there by Miller. Not the highest percentage of shots. Can't get it to go though. Back on offense are the Jazz. Long 3-point attempt there. Sharif Misses offensive rebound
Foul called on the rebound on the
by
Explosion.
Justin Holt.
David White hits
Fouled on the
second.
putback
Team
attempt.
fifth.
Fifth team foul against the
At
Explosion.
the line to shoot two.
Into the game, Kai Key's gonna
is
relieve
number
Jamal
7,
Miller.
Justin Holt.